Hey, it's Jen from Not So Mystical Tarot. This is going to be your reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising for love, romance, relationships, July 2019. You can find me on Instagram at Not So Mystical Tarot or NotSoMysticalTarot.com if you would like a personal or private reading. These readings are general, so I keep them short so you have time to watch your Moon and Rising for a little more clarification. All right, let's start out. We're going to do single, partnered, and self-care. Okay, so you're single Geminis, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, everybody is getting a ton of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is really hardworking. She's really hardworking. Her bills are paid. Her house is neat. Her environment is clean. She does all the things she's supposed to do. She's very responsible. So if this is what you're doing, or if it's not what you're doing, this is what you should be doing. Nobody wants to get involved with somebody who's a mess. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, my husband has a thing about that. He says, who wants to get involved with a project? And I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but if you really are looking for a relationship, being this Queen of Pentacles is a pretty cool thing. And that's male or female. This is just about having yourself together. So if you need to do something to get your environment together, get your money straight, get your housing straight, your work, your employment, your just all the things that have to do with your everyday life, just make sure that you have yourself together, okay? Now, this is an interesting one. You also have the Hanged Man, and this is saying it might be time to look at things a little bit differently. So it's a good possibility that there could be someone interested in you who you just never thought, you thought maybe they're not my type. I don't know, they're not really I don't go for people like that. Well, maybe you should. Sometimes the very person that you think is not your type turns out later to be your type, So if you have an invitation to do something, or maybe go out with someone who you normally would be like, oh, I don't, like maybe they're like a hiker or something, and you're like a mall girl, and you're like, oh, that would be a lot of outdoors, Hey, you know what? Take the chance and go. You never know. You might have a really good time. You might be able to make a really good connection with someone and have a really great time. So I'm just saying, look at everything differently this month of July, because there could just be some opportunities that you miss because you're so busy with, like, especially the Queen of Pentacles has got like a list of requirements, and there's nothing wrong with having a list of requirements, but looking outside that list is not necessarily a bad thing. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Just, give the people a chance that you normally would be like, oh, they're just not my type. I mean, maybe they are. You never know, right? All right, married or partnered Gemini. What do we have for married or partnered Gemini? The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, we are just getting tons of Pentacles. Every sign. This is just crazy. Nine of Pentacles is about working really hard, and if because you're married or partnered toward a common goal. You might be trying to buy a house. Maybe you're both finishing up college, or finishing up advanced education to get better jobs, buy a house, like I was saying, or get promotions, open a business, whatever it is. It's like it seems like you're working really, really hard. Now, here you have the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords can be about, I'm not going to say it's about people cheating on each other and all that. I think a lot of times what it is about things that are left unsaid. And that's what I think it is here for the married and partner Gemini. It's the things that are left unsaid. It might be like, you might be feeling like, wow, we're working a lot, we aren't connecting much. Your partner may feel the same way, but nobody wants to say anything because you don't want to hurt the other person, or you don't want to sound like a jerk, or sound like you're ungrateful for how hard they work, whatever the case might be. But this is saying, listen, you're both working really hard. To me, this is saying, don't leave things unsaid. If you have to talk about something, or you need to talk about an issue or a problem or a concern that you have, remember, you're working toward a common goal. But you know what? Don't leave things unsaid that need to be said. That's just all I'm going to say about that. Just if there's something you need to talk about, bring it up and talk about it. Don't stash it away and think it's going to go away, because it won't. It will come back, and that it could end up being hurtful when that happens. So better off to deal with it now. If you do think something is going on, you gotta talk about it. You know, if you think there's something going on, you know, with another person or something like that. But I'm not gonna say like somebody's running around cheating on somebody just because the Seven of Swords came up. A lot of times, I think it's mental stuff. It's stuff you're thinking about that you want to talk about, but you don't really want to say anything because you don't want to hurt the other person or make yourself sound ungrateful or jerky. You know. Let's get our self-care. This is really important because if you don't take care of yourself, you really can't take care of anybody else anyway. You're no good anybody else anyway. Two of Pentacles. This is about balancing. You do have the rough seas and you have the calm seas. This is about finding a way to achieve a little bit of balance. And I think this could be in the work life. Like I said, everybody's getting all these pentacles. Everybody's working really hard, doing all this stuff. But there comes that point where you've got to balance it out, or there's just nothing left for you anymore. Also have the moon, and the moon is about not seeing things clearly, and I just feel like with the Geminis, you're really focused on some goals that you have, and you may not be seeing that you're not really taking care of yourself. You know, sometimes you're just putting yourself out there so much and doing so many other things, and they're good things, but there's not that moment to stop and to take care of what you really need to take care of, which is yourself. So please take a moment to kind of balance out your priorities. This is all about balancing the pentacles, right? All the work you're doing, balance out your priorities, because you really do want to be able to give that care to yourself so that you'll in turn have something to give to someone else. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.